Welcome back, gang. LJ with another video today, and we're talking about authenticity because the most attractive quality that anyone can have is authenticity. And I know this because for most of my life, I was totally inauthentic. I was always trying to be somebody that I wasn't. I was wearing all these different masks. But the more that I travel on this journey of self development, self mastery, spiritual mastery, whatever you want to call it, I realized that authenticity is the highest level of consciousness on this human journey that we're going on. Now, yes, love is ultimately the highest frequency because love is all there is, but on this human journey, love has a lot of different definitions and a lot of different forms, but authenticity is you. It's you being you. It's you living your truth. So when you're just being you in that moment, in this now moment, right, the second of any other moment, because all we have is a now moment, there's no higher level of frequency that you can embody because you're matching yourself where you are in that exact moment. Because most people are completely inauthentic, whether they want to believe it or not. Okay. And I see it because that was me. And you see what you are. Is that what I can't remember what it is? But most people, they're too scared of what everybody else is thinking, what people are going to say, going to be judged. And I can understand that because a lot of people are trapped in their egos. And I still get, trapped in my ego. I'm no saint. I'm no guru. I'm no like above everybody else. Believe me, I'm not. But they get trapped in their ego and they repress their true self and they're scared to be their authentic self. And this is why most people will, fail to find their purpose. Okay. And if they don't start to recognize, who they are on a deeper level, they will never find their purpose. Okay. Because they're not being who they are. Think about it. How can you expect to discover your true calling in life, what you're meant to be, if you're living life based on other people's expectations, social media, YouTube, whatever it is? If you're constantly wearing all these masks, hiding parts of yourself, just trying to fit in, just trying to be accepted, it's just not possible. And this is why, in self-mastery, or even the spiritual life or whatever, it starts with knowing thyself. Because until you strip away all the bullshit, all the conditioning, the expectations, the fear of judgment, the fear of failure, you'll never be able to see your true path. Okay? When you get in touch with what it is that your heart wants, your soul's purpose, and you make that your number one priority, what happens is you allow the universe, God, the divine, whatever it is, to operate through you. Okay, because you are here on this earth for a reason, right? And the universe, God, whatever, wants to have a specific experience through your unique perspective. You're the only one that can do that. Nobody else can be a better version of you than you can. Okay, so when you make your purpose, your sole purpose, your number one priority, instead of trying to chase money or the perfect person or the six pack or whatever it is, it's trying to acquire things. And until you stop trying to be someone you're not, okay, you will never get what it is that you truly desire. But when you start being authentically you and living from your heart and doing what it is that you truly want to do, okay, then all things will start to make sense. Okay, authenticity is the ultimate power to receive everything that's meant for you and to live a life with purpose. Okay, and I just look for my example for the past year. I've been desperate to do YouTube, right? And I've done it before in the past here and there, but I was allowing my fears and my judgments and all of this to get in the way. And I was saying to myself, nothing excites me, nothing, I can't think. And I was making excuses. And when I started recording videos again, I started making content again, the fire ignited in me again because I was being authentically me and I was going for what I wanted without having to worry about anybody else. And as I spoke about in the previous videos, if you desire to create something and you say, I'm going to do it, and you stick to it, and you do not deviate, and you continue regardless of the fears, the doubts, everything, and you just keep taking action, I promise you it will materialize. Watch this channel for an example, right? Started with 0 subscribers. I think I've got 1. Okay, and I guarantee you I will not quit, and you will see this channel go to get gold button, whatever it is you get here. Okay? And it will, because I'm not going to quit. Right? Because most people get lost. Most people they aren't lost because they don't have a purpose. They're lost because they've lost themselves. Right? And I lost myself for 40 years. Right? Because since childhood, since we were on this earth, right, we've been told what to do, who we are, what to believe, how to act, even when we're adults, okay? And we're kind of submerged under these layers of conditioning, right? Just think about it. When we're children, parents say, do this, do that, it's safer here, that's not safe. Society tells us, follow this path, get that house with a white picket fence and get a degree and do this and do all that. Friends say, don't do this, it's too risky. That's why I'm not telling anybody about this venture, not even my wife, because I just don't want to be listening to anybody else outside of myself. Okay, because when we start listening to other people or society, we shrink, we adjust, we become versions of ourselves that we don't want to be. We end up wanting to be accepted and fit in. Okay, and the problem is your purpose isn't found in what's safe. Okay, it's not. You came here to create something that nobody else has created, right? So it's not going to be safe. Look at all the people who's created something magical. At first, people said they were crazy, right? And then they create it and they have all the success, and then they're geniuses, right? Your purpose isn't found in the roles that you play for other people. Okay, it's not found in fitting in or doing what's expected. Your purpose is only found in who you truly are at your core, what your heart's telling you. And if you're disconnected from that, how can you expect to find what you're meant to do? You'll continue to do what you've always done if you don't change. And this is why authenticity is the key. And my channel, my banner says authenticity, because I've mentioned this before. I had a whole different avenue I was going to go down because I thought that's what I had to do. I thought that would be acceptable. I thought, but then I was like, nah. I got all these signs and, intuition and guidance. Just be you, authentically you. Okay? And authenticity and purpose, they're linked together. Okay? You'll never find your purpose trying to be somebody else. Okay? You can go and chase the right career, right? You can go and chase the money, the wealth, or whatever. But if it's not aligned with who you are, you'll feel lost and empty and confused. You can build a life that looks successful on the outside, like I did. Okay, but it's not real, right? Because you will feel lost. Well, it is real, but it won't feel real to you because you'll still feel empty. You can follow all the rules, check all the boxes, but deep down, you'll feel something's missing. Okay, because purpose isn't what you do, it's who you are. And who you are can only be discovered when you just strip everything else away. Everything that you're not has to be discarded. Okay, and getting to know who you are inside. And this is why it's the foundations of self-mastery, or even if you look at on the spiritual level, when people say it's about knowing yourself, knowing thyself. And this isn't just some philosophical idea, it's actually ancient wisdom. The phrase know thyself, it was carved into the temple of Apollo at Delphi, right? And that was how many years ago? Thousands and thousands of years ago. And why? Because people understood you cannot master life until you master yourself. That's why it's called self-mastery. Right? Self-mastery. You cannot master life if you cannot master yourself. And you need to really look in the mirror and ask yourself, who am I beneath all these expectations? What do I truly want from life? What do I actually want? Not what is I think I can achieve, or what other people are expected, or what I'm expected to do. No, what do I want? What do my heart want? Okay? Where am I pretending to be somebody I'm not? Where am I wearing masks? Where am I being false? Because until you get brutally honest with yourself, you're going to be stuck in an illusion of who you think you should be. And if you don't know who you are, how can you possibly know what you're meant to do or what lights you up? It's about reconnecting with yourself. We came here to uncover who we are on a deeper level, on a spiritual level. Okay, but it's about peeling back the layers and reconnecting with, what it is that makes you tick, what lights that fire under your belly. It's time to drop the act. Stop, trying to fit in to something that you're not. Stop playing roles just to be accepted. If you feel like you can't be around certain people, ask yourself, are these my people? How do they make me feel when I step into their company? Are they draining my energy? Do they encourage me? Do they make me feel alive? We all have this little voice inside of us. And see if it's telling us anything negative, it's the ego. It's the ego trying to keep us the same. But when we listen to that little voice, which is a positivity, and we listen to it, and we say, what is it that I want? We need to listen to ourselves. What excites me? What really pulls me? What can I spend time doing for hours? What feels natural? Your purpose will never be found out here, outside. It's only going to be found within. It's already inside you. And yes, we have these beliefs which have been, we've inherited them from childhood, from living our life. If you think about it, a family, schools, and well-intentioned people, society, whatever, how many of these beliefs do we inherit? And this is when you have to actually say, right, is that true? Question the validity of the beliefs. Am I living someone else's life without even realising it? Okay, what makes me feel alive? Right? Because it's not going to be found in logic. It's going to be found in energy. What makes you feel alive? What makes you just lose track of time? Follow that. Follow that and think, where is my true self leading to me? Because it's exciting. We're not here just to exist. We're here to thrive and truly live a life beyond our wildest dreams. And I know you'll hear that and think that's bullshit, but again, that's just a belief. Who told you that you can't? What voice are you listening to? Okay, your purpose will only unravel when you become truly you, when you become authentically yourself, right? And most people will chase purpose and chase this and chase that. But the truth is, purpose isn't something you're going to find, outside. It's something that reveals itself when you align with who you truly are on an inner level. If you're being real with yourself, okay, then you can start to question things. But if you are not being real and you're living based on fear, external validation, what other people think, all of this bullshit, you're always going to feel lost. The second you say, do you know what, I'm committing to just being me, because, as soon as you commit to being you, who cares? See if you have to be someone, else and be false around other people, who cares if they're in your life or not? You want to attract the people that vibe with you, that are on the same level as you. And when you commit to being authentic and you just be unapologetically you, that's when all these people will disappear. You don't want them in your life anyway. And when you do that, then your true path will start to reveal itself. That's when things start clicking. That's when the purpose finds you. Okay, and I can only relate this to my own journey. And I'll talk more about my ups and downs as the channel goes, but even though I knew logically all this stuff, and I've had so many amazing mentors and coaches, and I've learned so many lessons, I could still get trapped in the old cycles. But it's the awareness to snap out of it. Okay, and I've done a lot of healing over this past year, 18 months, some dark nights of the soul, some inner reflection. And even after I'd had my spiritual awakening and I was living this spiritual life, I was still being inauthentic. I was still trying to fit in a mold that wasn't me. And I just said, you know what, fuck that. Sorry for the language, but that's not me. I don't want to do things and feel, this uncomfortable feeling. And it is a falseness. I just want to be me. I just want to be, Lachlan, LG. I just want to be the best version of me I can. And And I'm documenting this journey because I'm not at an end result yet. I'm working my way to that end result. But I know that what I can share along the way will help someone along the way. And then when I do reach these bigger milestones and people do find me and they look back and they say, look how we started. Well, that's how I am right now. So if he can do it, I can do it. Right? Because I am basically at the beginning of this YouTube journey. I'm at the beginning of my new journey in life. Okay, and that's what I challenge you. You know, look at your life right now and ask yourself, am I being real? You know, am I trying to fit into something that I'm not? Am I being authentically me? Okay, what am I scared to tell people what I love doing? And for me, it was the spiritual side. You know, and the spiritual side lights me up. You know, I get fascinated about the universe and planets and spirit guides and, you know, all these different synchronicities and all these different things because I don't know the answer. Nobody knows the answer, so it's so intriguing. Okay, so what are you suppressing? Right, what are you changing about yourself just to fit in? You know, think about that and say, what can I just drop? Stop betraying yourself to make other people feel comfortable. Because see, the truest version of you, that's the one that will live on your highest timeline. That's the one that will lead you to finding your purpose. Be real, be authentic, be yourself, and watch how much joy it brings. Right now, I'm like 3 weeks ago, I felt depressed, and I knew I was going through some internal shifts. But this week, this is my 5th video. You know what? I'm excited again. The fire's lit up, and I know nobody's watching these videos right now. Right, but I know that I've committed, and I know that the more I do this, the longer I do this, the better I'm going to become, the more exposure I will get. I will build that community. I will start to impact people's life. And that really excites me. Okay, and I still have fears, I still have doubts, I still have all this, that, and the next thing. But you know what? I don't care because this is just part of me expanding. This is part of me becoming authentically me. This is part of me stepping into my true nature and purpose. Okay, I hope that has inspired you in any kind of way. You know, if you want to follow my journey, please subscribe. You know, drop a wee like on, or I've done some other videos, will probably be on the card here. You know, watch one of my other videos that like kind of show you a little bit of who I am. But have a wonderful weekend. Much love. Take care. And I'll see you on the next one.